Trust is precious until it's broken. It binds people together, forming the foundation of every relationship, whether between friends, family, or followers. But when that trust is shattered, the consequences can echo far beyond the moment itself. Judas Iscariot, once among Jesus' closest friends, shattered that trust for a price. He was not just a face in the crowd, but someone who shared meals, laughter, and secrets with Jesus and the other disciples. He was not just a disciple, but the group's treasurer, a position of responsibility and trust. Judas witnessed miracles, heard words of hope, and saw lives transformed before his very eyes. He was part of moments that changed history, yet a shadow grew in his heart. Doubt, greed, or perhaps a sense of disillusionment. The reasons are complex, but something inside him began to shift, pulling him away from the light he once followed. One day, unable to resist any longer, he went to the chief priests and asked, "What will you give me if I deliver him to you?" It was a question that would seal his fate. They offered 30 pieces of silver, the price of a slave in those days, a sum that seemed small compared to the cost of loyalty and friendship. For that sum, Judas agreed to betray Jesus, waiting for the perfect moment to act. The weight of those coins must have felt heavy in his hands, a constant reminder of his choice. The deal was struck in secret, a cold transaction that would change history forever. In the shadows, trust was traded for silver, and friendship for betrayal. From then on, Judas watched for his chance, lurking in the background, waiting for the right time to act on his decision. The value of trust, it seemed, could be measured in silver, cold, unfeeling, and unforgiving. And so, the stage was set for betrayal, a moment that would forever alter the course of history and the meaning of trust itself. In the darkness of Gethsemane, beneath the ancient olive trees, a heavy silence hung in the air, broken only by the soft rustle of leaves and distant footsteps. Jesus prayed with deep sorrow, his heart burdened, while his disciples struggled to stay awake and keep watch, their eyes heavy with exhaustion. Suddenly Judas appeared, leading a crowd armed with swords and clubs, temple guards and officials, their faces tense in the flickering torchlight. He had arranged a signal, a kiss, a gesture once meant for love and respect, now twisted into a mark of betrayal. Judas approached Jesus, greeted him softly and kissed him on the cheek, marking him for arrest in front of all. In that instant, friendship was shattered, and trust turned to treachery, leaving a deep wound in the night. Jesus, calm and sorrowful, looked at Judas and said, "Friend, do what you came for." The soldiers moved in and seized Jesus, binding his hands. The disciples watched in shock and disbelief as trust was shattered before their eyes, fear and confusion gripping their hearts. The kiss, once a sign of loyalty and friendship, became the symbol of ultimate betrayal, echoing through history. With that single act, the path to the cross began. Judas's choice was sealed and the fate of Jesus set in motion. The consequences would be swift, and nothing in the world would ever be the same again. The weight of betrayal crushed Judas as Jesus was condemned. The silver burned in his hands, no longer a prize but a curse. Overcome with regret, Judas tried to return the money, confessing, "I have sinned. I betrayed innocent blood." The priests dismissed him coldly. "What is that to us?" Alone with his guilt, Judas hurled the silver into the temple. The money clattered, a final, desperate act. Unable to bear the burden, Judas left and ended his own life. His story became a warning. Some choices cannot be undone. The price of betrayal was more than silver. It was a soul lost to regret. The tragedy was complete. The world would never forget. Judas's story is more than history. It's a lesson about choices, about the weight each decision carries in our lives. His journey is a reminder that every path we take, no matter how small, can shape our destiny in ways we might never expect. Betrayal rarely happens in a single moment. It grows from small compromises, from moments when we silence our conscience or ignore a quiet warning in our hearts. Each step away from integrity can seem insignificant, but together, they lead us far from where we intended to be. His regret shows the human cost of broken trust. The pain of realizing what's been lost, and the sorrow that follows, can be overwhelming. It's a feeling many of us know, when we wish we could turn back time and choose differently. Even in betrayal, Jesus called Judas friend, a gesture of forgiveness that speaks to the possibility of compassion, even when trust is shattered. It's a powerful reminder that forgiveness can begin to heal even the deepest wounds. The consequences of our actions can haunt us, but they also challenge us to seek redemption. In the darkness of regret, there is always a chance to search for light, to find a way forward, and to grow from our mistakes. Judas's name became a symbol of treachery, but his story is also a mirror for our own struggles. We see ourselves in his doubts, his choices, and his longing for forgiveness. We all face moments of weakness and regret. It's part of being human, to stumble, to question, and to hope for another chance. The tale of Judas reminds us, trust is fragile, forgiveness is powerful, and every choice echoes beyond its moment. Our actions ripple outward, touching lives in ways we may never fully understand. His betrayal set in motion events that changed the world, altering the course of history and shaping the stories we tell, even today. The question remains, how will we live with our own choices, and can we find our way back to grace? In the end, it's not just about the mistakes we make, but about the courage to seek forgiveness and the hope to begin again.